Hello everybody, it's Doug, Marketing Manager here at Hartwig, and thank you for joining us for today's Game Changing Technologies webinar, High Velocity Machining. We're joined today by our customers at B&B Airparts out of Wichita, Kansas. They're here to share their story about investing in new technology. And I'm talking specifically about the Modig HHV Machining Center. They have several of these on their shop floor, and last year, while a lot of shops were standing pat or downsizing, they were aggressive with expansion and they invested in this new technology. So we're going to show you this overview video of the Modig HHV3, and then we're going to be joined by B&B Airparts, Dan and Chad. They're going to tell their story, company history, and then talk about what high velocity machining means to them and how investing in Modig was a game changer for their shop. And if you have any questions, please use that Q&A box below. Thank you guys very much for joining us today.
Modig Machine Tool. Tomorrow's technology today.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. We are excited to be joined with the team from B&B Airparts, Chad and Dan, as well as Keith Lopez from Modig Machine Tool. And before we get started with questions from everybody that's with us today, Chad, why don't you walk us through a little bit about your company and the history?
Well, as far as the company goes, we've always been in aerospace. I do know that Dan, he could probably elaborate more on the history of the company since he's the one that founded it. But aerospace is our primary objective, at least up until we've started transferring over into other work categories as well. So Dan, you want to talk about the company?
Yeah, we started the company about 22 years ago. We started in the light aerospace. We was mostly sheet metal, and we was fast turn product for AOGs on ground. We took a turn for a couple of years at that and had enough success that our customers was wanting us to go more into machining and assemblies to be kind of a one-stop shop. So we started into small 3 and 5 axis machining. And then from there, we kind of went into larger machining and bigger, more robust programs. Can we go one slide up? So like I say, we started in 1998, actually in my garage as a sheet metal shop. We now have about 135,000 square feet of manufacturing space with 10 acres. We have another 100,000 square feet building we're getting ready to put up. With that is coming the larger Makinos and of course the Modigs that we're putting in place. We've got 6 of those going in right now. And we got 3 now and 3 in the fourth quarter. And we're really excited about those machines. It's opened a lot of opportunities for us in the aerospace and other sectors of manufacturing. Like I say, we originally started in the sheet metal. We was very good at that starting out. We went into the small machining, 3, 4, and 5 axis. We had good standard production, and then we actually got into standard production along with Blue Streak in the same building, but as a little bit of a separate cell makeup. Then we got into the larger machine parts with the MAG and the Modigs for the long stringers. We had a lot of customer feedback that they wanted bigger assemblies and more complete assemblies. And we felt like this was the road we needed to take to support that. And so we started the bigger assembly structures, the bigger machining. We've added in the quality control systems to go along with it, with a new quality lab and a new 5-axis CMM. And we're excited about where the future is taking us. Just some of the customers we're dealing with now. You know, we've got about a little over 5,000 parts on long-term contracts. 4 or 5 years ago, we had no contracts. So we've went from a fast turn Blue Streak type of shop into a long-term contract. We're very excited about that. And we have approximately 8,500 parts on the floor at any one time. So it's been interesting, and we're excited about what the future is getting ready to bring us. We're showing a little bit of our strategic planning investment here. We've come a long ways pretty fast. We sat down with the management team in 2016, a little before 2016, decided where we wanted to go forward. And we're all on board with expanding the scope of the company. And so we had our first completion in 2016, the larger machining completion in 2020, and 2022, we're looking at another 113,000 square feet to give us larger areas for assemblies for the larger machining sector. So we're really excited. That'll give us about 250,000 square feet, and we're really excited about where we're headed.
That's excellent. Thanks for sharing that with us. And just that growth is incredible. Tell us, through all that growth, what led B&B to go down the path to look into this more lean, modern machining like the Modig versus more traditional machining?
Well, I definitely think, Heather, a lot of it comes from driven by our customers. And what we continue to see is, like Dan talked about, we do sheet metal and machine both. There's not a lot of companies that do that. So we have the ability to do those things. But the problem we were seeing is the more quotes that we saw, it seemed like the parts were getting larger, you know, large floor beams, those sort of things, which were absolutely, we were not able to do with the equipment that we had on the floor at that point. And that's when we started doing the research, those sort of things on what we'd have to procure to be able to make those long stringers or those longer parts a reality for B&B.
So Keith, it seems like the Modig name is almost synonymous with aerospace manufacturing. Is that primarily where your machines fit, or are there other sectors where this works?
No, I would say several years ago, the aerospace community knew us the best. David Modig and I have had a path of looking at diversifying, you know, the people in our branding and who knows us. And recently, the electrical vehicle market and firearms, along with the energy sector, I would say, are the fastest growing new customer base for Modig.
Excellent. And Chad, why don't you tell us a little bit about just the partnership with Modig and Hartwig and how that even came about?
Well, like I said before, we were seeing a lot of quotes for parts that we couldn't do in-house. We don't like to offload anything into any other facilities. So we try to purchase capacity here that complements, what we want to do for our customer. At that point, there wasn't a really good feeling for us. Most of the time when you're dealing with large stringers, you're dealing with, large, slow gantries, those sort of things, which take up a tremendous amount of floor space. And at $50 to, $60, even $70 a square foot for floor space, it's important to see how compact a machine is and what its abilities are. And at that point, we grabbed Hartwig, and they brought on Keith and his team from Modig, and they came and they sat with us, and we gave them what we were seeing and what we were seeing in our market, and they came back with a solution. They were able to look at the parts, give us some detailed run times and tool changes, those sort of things, for specifically the HHV, which tells us that if they're going to put that foot forward and they're going to do what they need to do to try to help us win the work and use the equipment that they're going to back it. It seems more like a partnership with Hartwig and Modig and ourselves, instead of us just buying equipment.
Mm-hmm. I like that word, that partnership word. It definitely feels like that on the Hartwig side as well. And Keith, why don't you tell us, you and I have talked about this in the past before, and I know it's really interesting. What's the difference in the way Modig views when they partner with a customer, like culturally or business-wise? What does that partnership mean to your team?
Sure. And I have an experience that's a little bit unique. Previously, I was a customer, and now I work with the Modig team. And one of the things that attracted me to working with them was the fact that I know how they treat their customers, and they really do open up their business, their home, their life to you as if you are part of the family. It's something that Percy Modig obviously started many years ago, and they stay very close to the customer, and we want to ensure that they're successful. And I think, what's interesting is Chad mentioned the stringer several times. I think one of the newfound success stories for him is that these machines will outperform other machines with small parts as well. So we've really been able to help them do several things: maximize the assets that they're buying, look for additional work when they came to us and said, we need to help, filling up the capacity with the downturn in aerospace. And we were able to do that. And then the third part is we're very eager to help the customers who buy our equipment look at doing time studies to make sure they're going to be competitive and help them win additional work as well.
Thank you. And so to the B&B guys, I know something that everybody that's watching wants to know is, what's been the ROI so far? How have you been able to keep the machines busy? How's it been?
I can tell you that the machines are busy. We're actually in the process now of doing a final steel jaws for an EV product that we're working through right now. And with the help of Keith and his team at Modig, we've got a tremendous amount of work that's getting ready to run across this equipment. Right now we have, like Dan spoke before, we have 3 on the floor right now, with 3 more coming at the end of the year. And with the work that we've had the opportunity to quote and go after that is not related to the aerospace industry, we're looking at 4, even 6 machines, 2 shifts. So it's definitely well worth it there. And the nice thing is Keith kind of spoke on the small parts as well. Typically we will run a small clip or a bracket on a 3-axis machine. What we'll do is we'll actually feed those over to the Modigs, and we see maybe a part that's running maybe 4 minutes is running in 1.5 minutes, and we're just basically bar feeding it through the machine, and we're picking them up at the end. So as far as unattended time for a machinist, it's wonderful. They can run more than one piece of equipment easier. The efficiency and the speed of the machine and the horsepower of the spindle on a machine like this is typically not common, which gives us, I don't know, maybe an unfair advantage, but we'll take it if we can get it. So.
Yeah, that's great. So we've talked about also the partnership with Modig, and Keith has shared about the culture behind the Modig team. What's the support been like from the Hartwig team?
As far as the biggest thing that sells us on equipment is the support. And you can buy, you can buy the greatest machine in the world, but if you're not having any support and being able to operate it, or if there's downtime, or if we just have questions, I can tell you that Hartwig has been incredible. They've had people that have stayed here for several days, and if we have questions, they help us on the spot. They office out of our floor sometimes to help us kind of get through some things. Communication, project management for getting the equipment in the facility has been very good. I don't know if I could ask for anything more than that, really.
That's great to hear. Just hearing about your guys' growth, and I mean, moving from Dan's garage to your massive facility now, you guys are on an incredible path. It's been fun to listen to the questions and the answers that have come in. Before we wrap up, do you guys have any closing comments that you'd like to make about B&B or how this HHV has been a game-changing technology for your shop?
Well, the only thing I'd like to say, Heather and Keith, is thank you for giving us the opportunity to reach so many different people and let them know that we look at this as a partnership, and we're going to all succeed together, which is the most important thing, I feel, and I think Dan feels the same way. That these are the type of opportunities that you're giving us, and it just shows what kind of partnership that continues to grow within our three companies.
We felt that this was a very good fit, like Chad was saying, very good partnership. When we designed this last building, we actually designed it around this type of machinery. We have obviously the 6 HHVs coming in, but we've designed the space to actually have up to about 18 of them put into the shop. We felt like this was a good package. It's very robust, and there's a lot of different things we can do to help diversify us. And so we feel very strongly that this machine is going to go forward, and we're going to have expansion around this capabilities.
Thank you. And Keith, do you have anything that you'd like to share?
No, I just think this is a good testament to the partnership between Hartwig and our customers. B&B has been a tremendous customer. They're very open-minded. They are looking to win is the easy way to summarize them. And I think they see the versatility in the equipment purchased for aerospace, now doing electrical vehicle, and we have other sectors that we're targeting to help them grow as well. And basically, we know they've got the right platform to succeed. So for us, it's an exciting win-win.
Yeah, the technology is very exciting. It's definitely a game changer, not just for B&B, but for all of the Modig customers that have taken this leap. And so for everybody joining us live now, or if you're watching on YouTube, we really appreciate your time. We've enjoyed sharing B&B's story and how this Modig technology has been an absolute game changer for them and their growth.